Our next honorary degree and our featured speaker at tonight's program is a graduate of UMass Boston, Paul Anastas. He's being recognized for his significant accomplishments in the scientific community. Before I read his accomplishments, I met his daughters. And so if you want to talk about extraordinary accomplishments, these two young women are fantastic. And so it's been a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for being here tonight. Paul began his professional and scholarly endeavors after graduating from UMass Boston with a BS in chemistry in '84. He trained as a synthetic organic chemist. He received a PhD from Brandeis, and he worked as an industrial consultant. In '98, he co-published with his UMass Boston classmate, John Warner, the seminal work, Green Chemistry, Theory and Practice, which defined green chemistry and enumerated its 12 principles and is still used as a guide today. In addition to this work, he's widely published and has authored several books on topics relating to science through sustainability. His work in the science community is well noted in his previous roles. He was the Assistant Director for Environment in the White House of Science and Technology Policy from 1999 to 2004. He serves as an Assistant Administrator for the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency and the agency Science Advisor from 2009 to 2012. In addition, he served as Director of the ACS Green Chemistry Institute in Washington from 2004 to 2006. He's the Heinz Professor in the Practice of Chemistry for Environment and Director of the Center for Green Chemistry and Green Engineering at Yale University. I thought everything was blue there, but okay. And he's an exemplar of dedication and achievement in leadership and scholarship. Earlier today, we honored him with an honorary degree of Doctor of Science for his significant contributions to and impact on the scientific community. And so tonight, Paul, is your opportunity to talk to us and give us your thoughts about it, what it means for you to become or renew your relationship to this great university. Paul Anastas.
Chancellor Mills, President Meehan, all my friends, faculty, words fail to describe the depth of my gratitude for this honorary degree. And that's saying something, because I have a pretty good vocabulary. I not only speak English, I speak chemistry. I speak bureaucratish. I speak. But my gratitude is enduring, unyielding, and as my good colleague David Cash said, he said, "You know, you're a beacon." I said, "Yes, I'm a beacon, and I'm a proud beacon," right? I have to start off with thanks. My family is indeed here, and I want to thank my mother-in-law, Shelley, and Sam, who's celebrating the anniversary of his 39th birthday tomorrow. Sam Zimmerman. All things start not only with the love of my love of my life, my wife, Julie, who not only has there's no one that I respect more and nobody that I admire more and nobody that I could ever love more. But you heard about my daughters. I have to tell you, as much as I respect everybody in this room, my real audience is no older than 7 and 10 years old. Kennedy and Akina are the inspiration for all I do, and my real audience will also not be born for centuries. Love you. So I'll strive for eloquence, but I'll only attain brevity, I think. But I just want to say a few words, just a few quick words. So I grew up about 5 miles from here, and we didn't have much. We didn't have much as a phrase that people who didn't have much fully understand, and you don't need to explain it to them. But I knew a few things. I knew that I was going to make something of myself. I knew that I was going to pull myself up by my bootstraps. And I knew that I was going to climb that ladder of success. So I came to UMass Boston. And UMass Boston saved me from me. You see, I was an idiot. Now, let me explain. I was top of my class. I had plenty of intelligence. The root of the word idiot in Greek, as Prime Minister Papandreou likes to remind us, the root is idios. Idios means a person concerned only with private matters, private gain, private aggrandizement, unconcerned with the public good. So why do I say that I was an idiot? Did you hear how often I use the word I in describing my intentions? I never knew that I had bootstraps. I never knew that somebody built and put that ladder for me to climb. I was concerned with the myth of the individual, the myth of individual accomplishment. And it was the transformation that started here at UMass Boston, where I looked around and I saw people who dedicated their professional lives, people like Bob Carter, who I met almost 40 years ago. It's my freshman chemistry professor. The people who weren't concerned about private gain or private aggrandizement, but yet transformed the lives of those who didn't have much. I will be indebted for that transformation. So my first message is don't be an idiot. We have enough of them. Let's send them places of power. Don't be an idiot. The only second thing that I really want to say is that I don't deserve this honor. Now, I'm not engaging in false modesty. With all deep respect and profound respect to the others who are being honored tonight and previously, I don't believe anyone deserves this honor. Let me explain what I mean. Aristotle said, dignity comes not from the possessing of honors, but from the deserving of honors. What he means is it's the acts themselves, it's the actions themselves that are what impart the dignity. To put it another way, there was a very famous singer during the 1970s who became iconic, and she was asked recently, how would you like to be remembered? And her reply was, why would I want to be remembered? I hope that some of my good works continue, but I have no desire, no need to be remembered. It's the acts. It's the actions. I'm going to suggest that we need to praise the verbs and not the proper nouns. We spend a lot of time looking at historical figures and venerating past giants of history. When we do that, we'll soon be disappointed. And it does the giants no good. Praise the good actions, praise the good deeds, praise the good works. It'll focus on what's important, and it will save future generations from renaming buildings and tearing down statues. Because after we venerate these historical figures, we'll find out that they're not the historical myth that we thought they were, but they were human, they were flawed, they had the same ugly prejudices, the same indiscretions, the same flaws that we all do with falsehoods falling out of their closet full of skeletons. And so what we need to recognize is that it is the verbs, it is the actions. It's the actions of the people who dedicate their lives to transforming the students of UMass Boston. It is those actions that need to be praised. It is those actions, those verbs that need to be continued. And it is those actions which remind me that this honor that I'm receiving is not for me. This honor that I'm receiving is for a collection of actions that I was able to be a small part. And I am grateful that I was able to be a small part. And the reason that all started was because of the transformation that started at UMass Boston. Thank you for this great honor that I can never repay, can never put into words, but it will be with me for the rest of my life.